تكبير
الله أكبر.
نعرہ رسالت نعرہ حیدری 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 آواز بلند نعرہ صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلى الله على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام.
Today's lecture is one of the most important lectures that's an important discussion that we can have. The discussion today that will take place is the preparation of Imam Mahdi Ajal Farj Moshe. When we tend to prepare for something, we tend to gather all the information or all the necessary things in order to be prepped for it. So for example, if we go to school and our teacher tells us that we have an exam at the end of the term, or we have a test at the end of the month, or whatever, the students, what they have to do is they have to prepare, they have to take all the learned materials within that term, and they have to put them all in preparation, so what? So that they can succeed in the school or in the test, so that they may pass the test, so that they can move on to the next level. So for example, if someone is in grade 8, they do an exam in order to move on to grade 9. And in high school, same thing. So you see how passing an exam is a requirement for you to move up a level in grade, correct? Now, also, when we look, if we have a guest coming over our house, right? During the month of Ramadan, we all had guests coming over our house for Iftar. What did we do? Did we just leave the house messy? Did we just leave whatever are lying around? Did we not clean? Did we not cook? Did we just, the guest came and khalas, that's it? The guest was starving. He was fasting the whole day and we left our guest starving? Is this what we did? No. What did we do? We cleaned the house. We prepared the house. We prepared food, and not just any food. We prepared the best of foods, the best of meals. And we not just clean just like our normal cleaning day. No, we did the best of the cleaning. Now the question is, how do we prepare for our Imam of our time? Inshallah we'll know after Allah sallallahu Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. One way to prepare for the coming of the Imam is to study the Quran and the Ahadith regarding these issues. So, if I want to be alongside my Imam, the Imam of my time, what are the things that I need to do? Right? These things we need to focus on. We need leaders in order to show us the right path. Right? Just like, for example, the example we started in the beginning, if a student does not know how to study or what to study for, right? They won't be prepped. They won't be fully prepped for the exam. If our parents don't tell us a guest is coming over for us to clean, then the house will not be clean. If the guest does not confirm that they're coming over, then the food will not be prepped. But the Imam is telling us that he is going to come. He's not waiting for us. Actually, sorry, he's waiting for us. We're not waiting for him. We're not waiting for the Imam to come. He's waiting for us. For what? He's waiting for our invitations, brothers and sisters. So who amongst us is willing to invite the Imam? What are we willing to do in order to prep for the Imam to come? It is said that the 12th Imam has been narrated that the 12th Imam, Ajal al-Fajr, has said, so he gave us a formula and how to prepare for him. This is the formula. This is the information that the teacher gives to the students in order to pass the test. So this is the formula. So if you want to take mathematical, there's a specific formula for each equation, right? In chemistry, there's a specific formula for whatever it is that we're doing. In physics, the same thing. Now, in the success of this life, in the coming of the Imam, there's a formula that the Imam himself has given us. What is this formula? This formula, he says by saying, as for those events that will occur in the future, refer to those people who narrate our sayings, meaning the ulama. Since surely they are a proof over you, and I am a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here, the Imam has given us a formula. If we do not know what to do in certain occasions, what do we do? For example, in the Quran, it tells us to pray, right? Aqimu salat and wa ataytu zakat. Correct? Establish prayers and give zakat. Now, there's different types of zakat. For example, there's khums, there's zakat al-fitr, there's zakat in different occasions, there's charity, right? How do I go about fulfilling this formula? I have to refer back to the ulama because they are the representatives of the Imam. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa And just because our capacity of knowledge fails to understand this, sometimes we tend to take things and we tend to make it into our own assumptions. We take things and we ourselves, we analyze it without any proof. We use our own emotions in narrating certain ahadith. No, the Imam did not mean this. This is what he meant. Here we're using our own emotions. We're not using intellect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he created intellect, it's narrated in Al-Kafi. He told intellect, go. The intellect went. He told intellect, come back. The intellect returned. And then he said, by my mighty, I will reward and punish by you. Meaning what? A person has to use their intellect. Our intellect is there. Allah gave it to us so that we can use it. We can use it for the right means. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Imam Jafar Salih alayhi salam has said, when we are aware and we believe in the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we confirm that all His actions are based on wisdom, then it does not matter if we do not understand the rationale behind it. So some people may ask, what's the rationality in paying khums? What's the rationality of paying zakat al-fitr? What's the rationality behind certain rulings of the ulama? Just because we fail to understand it, either because we do not want to study, or what's the reason? What's the reason why we're questioning it? There's certain rulings. Do we question, for example, why do I have to pray? Why do we pray? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered us to pray. This is why we pray. Same thing, same reason when it comes to khums. Why do we pray khums? Because the Imam told us to pray khums. Now, if we disobey this order because of my own wants, because of my own needs, because of my own desires, then I will be doomed. Because what am I doing? I am not prepping, I am not paving the road for the Imam of my time. So it's the possibility that if I'm disobeying my Imam, when the Imam comes out, I will oppose him. Because there are so many people that will oppose the Imam when he comes out. To the point that even the so-called Shia of today will say, go back, ya son of Zahra. Go back, ya son of Zahra. Why? Because he is here to attain the same religion as Muhammad wa Muhammad. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when it comes to certain obligations on us, that's wajib. For example, prayers, knowing our Islamic rulings, applying what we know is very important, brothers and sisters. Applying what we know. Let me not learn more. No. Let me apply what I know, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase my knowledge just by applying what we know. Also, what's important is refraining from doing anything that's haram. This is, again, one of the most important things in order to pave the way of Sahib al-Zaman. Refraining from doing something that's haram. Because if we refrain from here, the Imam is like, my people are ready for me. Let me come out now. They are ready to support me. Have we seen examples in the history that people said that they were ready but they weren't ready? What examples have we seen in history? The example of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Did he not have supporters? What happened? Muawiyah played a political game in buying his supporters to the point that he had no supporters or literal supporters. Have we not seen the example of Karbala, of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, of Muslim ibn Aqil? Have we not seen these examples? Do we not see these examples? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us examples after examples after examples. But now, are we ready to pave for the way for the Imam? This is something I have to ask myself. Am I ready for this? Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam said, sallallahu alayhi Imam al-Zaman will call people towards the book of Allah. The Quran, the book of Allah. Remember Ghadir, right? Remember the huge lecture on Ghadir. The big khutbah in Ghadir. We just know Man kuntu mawla fahada aliyyun mawla. Inshallah, one day we'll analyze the whole ahadith. But here he says, Imam al-Zaman will call people towards the book of Allah. Only the book of Allah? Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen? No. He continues in saying, the sunnah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Is that it, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen? Is that it? Is it only the book and the Sunnah of Muhammad? No. He continues on in saying, Imam Zaman will call people towards the book of Allah, the Sunnah of Muhammad, and the wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Also, Imam Ali has given us an advice. Remember we said a test. Sometimes when a teacher, I'm sure every single university student can attest to this. When a professor gives a lecture, they give a hint. They give a slight hint like, oh, study this is going to be on the exam. Right away you'll see students marking or highlighting that, whatever the professor said. Right away. Instantly. We should highlight this instantly. Why? Because Amir al-Mu'mineen is giving us an advice. He says, by the Lord of Ali, the proof of Allah will remain on the earth. He will walk on the path of the earth's surface. So he walks amongst us. He will frequently visit the houses. Important. Let's pay attention here. He will frequently visit the houses. Imagine now, a big scholar is to come to our house, is to come to my house. A big scholar, right? And now, what do I want to do? I want to put the Quran out there. I want to seem religious, right? Take all this music, put it away, hide it so the Mulana can't see it, right? Now here, the Imam himself visits our house frequently. And the palaces of the people will keep moving, and he will keep moving between the east and the west. He will hear the chatter of the people, so he hears our conversations that are taking place, brothers and sisters. Will greet the congregation. So sometimes when there's a congregation, he comes and he greets the people. He will see everybody, but none will see him. Finally, the appointed hour will come, and the celestial call will be heard, meaning the call from the sky will be heard that the Imam has arrived. That the Imam, the appointed Imam, has come. Now, what would we do? Are we going to wait until we hear that voice? Or are we going to prep for the Imam to come? Am I going to get my house ready? My soul, am I going to get it ready? Am I going to prep myself for the Imam of my time? This is the questions, brothers and sisters. What am I going to do? Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam is narrated to have said, none, again here, this is another formula, another advice. None will know about his whereabouts, neither of a wali nor a commoner, but the person who serves him and carries out his orders. What was the first order that we read about? Who is the hujjah? The ulama. We have to follow the ulama. This is his order. So we want to see the Imam of our time. We want to be amongst the Imam, the helpers of the Imam of our time. We have to follow this. In Surah Al-Insan, ayah number 46, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about certain people who say, what do they say? They say, oh, we hear you. We hear what you're saying, right? But what do they do instead? They disbelieve. So is this what we're going to say with our Imam? Oh, Imam, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I hear the ulama speaking about you. I hear the ulama speaking about khums. I hear the ulama speaking about doing taqleed, but you know what? I'm going to choose to disbelieve. What is the punishment for the person who disbelieves in Allah? We all know the punishment. In hellfire. We disbelieve in Allah, you get punished. That's a consequence. Now, what is the response of the people who believe, who hear and believe? So, just like the students who hear and studies, who listens to the teacher, studies what is there and go, they succeed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Nur, ayah number 51, the response of the believers when they are invited to Allah and His Messenger and that He may judge between them is only to say, we hear and we obey. And these it is that are the successful ones. So we wanted to succeed in this life and the hereafter. We all not only have to listen and hear, we have to obey. This is how we can be successful. And this is how we can be successful in paving the way of Sahib al-Zaman Ajal al-Farj al-Sharif. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to please make us amongst those who support Sahib al-Zaman. To make us those among those who support him in every way, either we see him or not. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the right path. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us for our sins. And please, if we can please recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all those who are passed away, all those who are sick, and all those who are in need of our dua. Please recite Surah Al-Fatiha. Allah sallallahu Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
Muhammad.